Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first pay-per-view review. I'm the host Edge, and I'm being joined by my co-host editor MX. And today we will be reviewing WWE Elimination Chamber, Impact No Surrender, and New Japan Pro Wrestling New Year's Golden Series. And for our first review, will be the Elimination Chamber. For the first match, we didn't quite catch it in time. We were a little bit late, but the results were Ray ended up defeating The Miz via pinfall. And I mean, honestly, I really don't. Ray and Miz have had some history in the past when they have faced each other, but this rivalry, I mean, I kind of don't. I don't know what to think about it, honestly. I feel like Miz can possibly be going after maybe the Intercontinental or the United States. Obviously, the United States because that's the title he has in his brand. And Ray, on the other hand, I feel like Ray should kind of stick to tag teaming with Dominic more. Maybe get a secondary title under them. I mean, what do you think?
Uh, I kind of been digging it. It's like the whole shit with Ray and Dominic. With the Miz, obviously, when they had like the singles match, Miz ended up taking out Ray on purpose, like doing Eddie's kind of shtick and just fucking with everybody. Just like, you know what? You don't even look like Ray's kid. You look more like. Are you sure you're not Eddie's? I'm like, this rivalry's been kind of heat, but yeah. I'm hoping they kind of it leads to a bigger match either at Mania or they just move on to something else because it's kind of both ways. It's doing a good job, but at the same time, it's like I feel both of them could be doing something different.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you on that part too. I mean, I feel like Miz keep me going after a title at least. Ray and Dominic, even though Ray has suggested that he's thinking of retiring soon.
Right, I think he was saying by the end of the year or something.
Yeah, he said he wants to leave as soon as he feels that his son is ready to be alone. At this case, I feel like Dominic shouldn't be with his dad for for the future. Honestly, well, that's my feeling about it. How about you?
I think maybe if he turned on Ray, maybe that'd be a
Ooh.
bigger thing to push him because I mean, as much as Dominic, I feel like is kind of at a good level to be a mid card.
Hmm.
He needs something big to boost him up, something to main event. Maybe doing a good feud with Ray himself could probably
Like at
boost him
Mania?
up a bit. Yeah, do something at Mania,
Ooh,
if
father versus
anything.
son.
Right. So, well, we'll just have to see where it goes from there, and then see what happens with the whole Miz shtick. So hopefully it's over with, but we'll see.
Hopefully. All right, and then for our secondary match, which was the first match of the show, it was Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. Roman Reigns did end up defeating Goldberg via what's it called out of submission. Obviously, Goldberg passed out. Honestly, I was happy that Roman did win. I was a little bit scary because there were rumors going around that Goldberg was gonna win, and I feel like that would have made it like a lot of things more complicated for obviously Roman versus Brock at Mania. But I'm happy they ended up my tribal chief won. And do you feel like Goldberg should have won by any chance?
No, Goldberg shouldn't have won. This man comes in and gets like a title shot more every time, almost every time he appears. Like
I
I
mean,
feel like Goldberg's cool. I'll give him that. Like for everything he's done, he's great. But like I just didn't don't like every time he shows up, he just gets a title shot.
are you still a
So
little
it's
bit
like
salty about the Fiend?
I'm like, bro, that man never beat the Fiend. Man. He's claiming he beat everybody. It's like he didn't even beat Seth either. I'm like, you did not beat him. But
I thought about
um,
Goldberg.
oh, what it don't matter, man. It don't matter. Goldberg didn't need a win over the Fiend, but yeah. So I mean, every book of buddy kind of figured Roman was gonna have it. So now we have the double gold dash at Mania, which we'll get into by the main event. But yeah, it's like it's looking to shape up to be a good Mania, hopefully this year.
All right. I can agree with that. Honestly, I feel like the double gold dash will be super interesting, even though I feel like it should go one way, you feel it should go another way. But hey, we'll get into that topic at another day. And then for our second match of the night, we will have the women's elimination chamber. And then obviously for that match, Bianca Belair did ended up pinning what's it called, Alexa Bliss in the finals, and uh, and now she's the number one contender and Becky, or we'll face Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Champion.
Yeah, that wasn't the best match out of the women's chambers matches. I felt like the Shayna one year or two ago was pretty good. This one was just kind of there. I mean, it was, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was a pretty decent chamber match. Like nothing special, but like Bianca did get the job done, and it's. I kind of wish Alexa would have won, so especially since she's doing the whole getting better gimmick with the sister Abigail type storyline that they ended up messing up. I'm hoping they would have pushed Alexa, but I could see why they want Bianca, since especially with her losing in like less than 10 seconds at SummerSlam against Becky, I can definitely see why they're doing running the rematch, especially at Mania. So I'm pretty sure it'll be a good one.
I mean, honestly, like when we saw SummerSlam, I honestly felt like she got screwed. Honestly, she got screwed royally. That was like not even a minute long match, and she got beat by Becky, which I understand because obviously her original opponent was supposed to be Sasha. Sasha did not end up, appearing that night. So Becky was brought up, and then Becky ended up squashing this person they were building to be a main eventer, a major player, in seconds, and just squander her whole push.
Right. Yeah, it's like, yeah, but it's coming full circle now. It looks like for Mania, so it's something that I felt like they've been cooking. They just didn't have the timer to push it at least till Chambers. So now that it's done, we'll just have to see how they carry it for Mania.
I mean, do you have a pick who you think should win? Honestly,
Yeah, I already said Alexa. Alexa should have won.
no, I'm talking about for like obviously Becky and
Oh,
Bianca. Do you have anyone you
um,
think you feel like in your heart should take the W?
I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait till Mania.
All right, all right. And then for our third match was Ronda Rousey and Naomi versus Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville. What's it called? Ronda Rousey and Naomi did end up defeating Charlotte and Sonya via submission. I think what's it called? I'm honestly about that match in general. I like what they're doing, obviously with the Sonya Deville and Naomi. That's been going on for a really long time. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm never been a big fan of Sonya, especially more because she's been like screwing with Naomi for some odd reason, which we don't know why. And
You racist.
I mean, hey, I don't know, but it like it just pisses me off because I've been a big fan of like the glow for a good minute, and the fact that she's screwing with her pisses me off. You do not know, like this girl has heat on her, bro, like major heat. And then on top of all this, we have the winner of the 2022 Royal Rumble, Ronda, just came back. She's had a baby, by the way, just came back. And then she chose out of her two opponents, out of two people she could have chosen, she chose Charlotte Flair. I felt she should have chose Becky, in my opinion. But Charlotte is also a good competitor, and honestly it would be kind of poetic for her to get her W back, even though she didn't take the pin at Mania a couple years back.
Yeah, I could have sworn she was gonna go after Becky, and we would have had that one-on-one finally. But it looks like she decided to go after Charlotte. So I'm hoping they have their fight at Mania, and then hopefully by later down the line that Ronda can finally get that one-on-one with Becky. I feel like everybody wanted to see it till Charlotte got added into the triple threat, but yeah, we'll have to see how they get, if she even gets her match against Becky, because that's one thing for sure I wanted to see that didn't get to happen at Mania.
I know, man. I feel you, man. Same boat with you, man. And then what's it called? We are on our what? This should be our fourth match, right? Our fourth match is the best match of the night, in my opinion. Your opinion as well. Drew McIntyre versus Madcap
Bruh, Drew
Moss.
McIntyre came out with a swiftness on this. He was ready to take this man's whole career and end it right there. So we already know Drew McIntyre ended up winning the match. And this was a decent ass match too. For a false count anywhere match, this was fucking crazy.
Oh my god.
And then obviously the spot where he does the
It's
what
Bullet
is,
Billy, isn't it?
no, it's like a
Oh no,
like an
it's
Alabama slam type of,
yeah.
where he fucking slams him face first, but he landed on his head, bro. Man,
His dome,
he
the top
landed
of his head.
right on his head. Like he was like, "I'm gonna end this man's whole career," and planted his. Like
I
I
on it.
thought that man was dead, and then even the referees and like the doctors or some shit were checking him out, and then even then he was still continuing the match. So props to fucking Madman Cap, and hopefully he's doing okay. Cause fuck, that was brutal.
Oh, like I'm honestly like that match was really good. Especially, I didn't think it was gonna be that special, but seeing it right off the bat, it was really good. And that spot, oh my god, dude, that spot just made you go, oh. And the fact is, like, I was like, okay, they're probably gonna throw up the X's. There's no way the hell this match is gonna continue. This man is out for the count. And the fact that he continued this whole match, but the whole time you saw him holding the back of his neck, like the whole time, he was in pain. I'm pretty sure. There is not enough perks in this world that would make this man feel good. I don't know what the hell they're gonna give him for the ride back home, but it better be a lot of it, honestly. I mean, oh my god. All right, guys, and then for our fifth match, it was what's it called? Oh, I mean, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Lita versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Champion. Obviously, Becky Lynch it did end up defeating Lita. Did retain her title, which I honestly, I feel like Lita. MX might disagree with me 100%, but I felt like Lita probably should have won the title and should have carried it to Mania and should have dropped it to Becky by then. That was my opinion. I felt that Lita deserves at least one more run with the title because like the first time she left wasn't really the best of terms. Obviously, if you saw Survivor Series a couple years back, I felt like she should have maybe left with the title or dropped it. But yeah, I feel like Charlotte's already had her time on the sun. Honestly, I feel like even though Lita is a part timer, I feel like Lita kind of did deserve it a little bit more.
um, for a big time, a lot of people complain that that their own superstar women superstars don't get pushed enough or at all. Well, I'm like, so what does Lita have to do with this, bro? It's like at this point, just have your one match and then be done with it. Like if it's different if she wants to wrestle like full time again, but come on, bro, part time. It's like I think everybody was getting sick of part time. I mean, at least Brock's kind of here and there. It's like it's not like back then where he would just disappear for 6 months, come back do a defense. Um, I felt like Lita's isn't really the right pick. I mean, we already have Becky versus. If Lita had won, it'd be Bianca Belair versus Lita. Maybe it's a good match in the long term, but it's like I don't know something about Lita being champion in this age right now doesn't feel right.
I mean, what do you think, though, honestly? She did get a little bit screwed over, though. I mean, her exiting. I mean, Crime Time sold her stuff.
Yeah, and
He
she
sold it
also
for $1,
cheated
$5.
on Matt Hardy.
Oh,
So
okay, so we're still on that topic, aren't we, huh?
she also cheated on Matt Hardy. So
She wanted a real man, right?
hey,
She chose Edge, right?
she got what you fucking deserve, dog.
Dude, calm down. I know you're a big Matt fan. I understand that, but come on,
Nah,
come on,
good. Nah, she
it's
good.
been a while.
We can go on to the next match. We're done talking about this.
All right, guys. And then for our next match, which is our sixth one, we have another match of the night, in my opinion. What's it called? The Usos versus the Viking Raiders. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I'm so excited.
That match was lit. Hey, I wanted to watch it again after the first time. We had the Usos ended up. Well, honestly, the match never even happened in general. The Usos just attacked the War Raiders when they were coming out,
Right.
and they got canceled. I was like, I guess. I mean,
That's never happened. I feel like.
I feel like it has, but I feel like when it has, we were okay with it though. I feel like
I was
that's
like, why would you have a tag match and then just have them like even then like the referees would kind of cool them off and then they would ring the bell if they were able to continue. But
no,
it's
no,
like
you're not wrong.
they
I've
just
seen
stopped it. They're
multiple.
like, okay,
Yeah.
this match is obviously not gonna happen. I'm like, okay, great. All right, I guess just move on to the next match. Then. There was no point in promoting it if it was just gonna end like that.
You're not wrong. We have seen multiple matches where like the person would get jumped either by a faction or by the person they're about to compete against, and literally they would hop in the ring, dead as hell in the ring, and the referee would tell them, "You want to compete? You want to compete?" And they would say yes most of the time, and then they would go at it. But yeah, you are right. The ref would give them the benefit of the doubt. Hey, you want to compete? This time the ref was like, "Yeah, screw this dog. We gotta go home, brother. We don't have enough time." Which I thought was really hilarious in my opinion. I know for like you weren't a big fan of it, right? All right. And then for our final match of the night, the Elimination Chamber. with Bobby Lashley as our champion, Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, Riddle, Austin Theory, and AJ freaking Styles. All right, in my opinion, I felt a little part of me felt like I want to see AJ win because I'm a big AJ fan. I wanted to see my man's finally win the chamber because he's been screwed out of not one but two chambers. But then again, that's just my opinion. I felt like leading up to the chamber was really good. Seth has been on a hot ass streak. It wouldn't even. I would be like,
Yeah,
I would be.
especially after the whole Rumble with Roman, with him
I'm passing
basically
out. I know.
beating the brakes.
No, passing out. I know, right? Thing.
Yeah,
Passing
that's
out.
why he didn't. That's why he didn't win, huh? Yeah, that's why Roman didn't win, huh?
He won.
No, he didn't.
He won.
No, he didn't.
Who's
He
standing?
lost.
Who's standing tall at the end?
Seth.
Yeah, sure. After Roman left, huh?
Just watch. Just watch. Keep talking that true. It's like my boy Seth has been on a killing streak,
What about
and he won
Theories?
against. No, Chris. Damn, the fact that he was in there was surprising though. Even to the fact where he was the last dude with Brock.
That blew my mind.
But earlier in the match too, that we didn't even talk about right now, is that during the match, Bobby Lashley got taken out back too, but this time it was they were who did the spot? It was
Seth Rollins and Austin Theory. I think they were
Seth.
the first two in there.
So I think they threw Austin into the pod where Bobby was, and then the plexiglass came down on Bobby, and apparently he hit his head, the back of his head, on the metal support beam of the chamber pod.
I first thought it was a word though, honestly, dead ass. Just it's like the way, no, because at first, just the way they filmed it, it didn't look like he hit. Maybe the plexi hit him in the forehead, and that's about it. But then, like when you review it even more, yeah, he hit the back of his dome,
right?
Like literally on that.
And that you could tell he was out of it too. It's like that they had to crawl him out. So, but it was pretty good. I think
it took 10 people to pull him out. By the way,
it
took an army to pull out that man.
They were trying to take him all back. It's like a ton of people. Yeah, but the match was good for what it was.
I mean, I honestly like. Again, I feel like AJ should have won it, but hell, do I know, right?
Yeah,
just mark. And then what's it called? Everything was good, honestly. Like obviously when like Riddle came out, that was great. AJ, and then the funniest part was like Bobby was supposed to be like the second to last. And then the commentators were like, "Oh, looks like Brock's got away." Brock said, "Fuck that!" He ended up breaking the glass, the plexiglass. Is like,
yeah, he was like, "I'm out this bitch. What the fuck? I ain't waiting." Fucking comes in, "What's up, bitch?" Fucking starts taking everybody out back, eliminating everybody one by one with F5s.
That man.
I think he got every elimination in the chamber, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
except Bobby.
Yeah,
except
exactly.
Bobby,
so he got every elimination in the. He took out AJ with an F5. He took out Riddle. Seth was the first one to go.
I ain't gonna lie with you, bro. Seth took the best. That's the issue I've been having lately with talent, especially new talent. They do not know how to take an F5. And that's true. Most of them like put their legs down first. I'm like, bro, just flat like a pancake, bro. just take the spot. There we go. Boom. So you gotta do. Seth took it like a champ.
Yeah.
AJ
Seth tends to. Kinda. It's okay though. I mean, yeah, they look nice, especially the one with the one he did at the end off the pod with Austin Theory. It was kind of.
Before we get there, should we talk about the fact that like Austin was trying to run away from this man in the chamber? I
like how he tries locking himself into the pod. Fucking breaks it immediately. He's like, "What's up, bitch? Where you going?"
Doggies, where you going, sweet cheeks? Oh, I remember the low blow. Oh my dude, my boy was as red as a tomato, dog.
This man was enraged. F5s him off the top of the pod.
Oh my god.
That thing looked it would have looked even greater if he didn't land on his feet, but
that's the like.
But that's more like a here comes the pain type of thing. Freaking throw him off and he just lands on his back or something. It just gets folded. But he ultimately Brock ends up winning the WWE Championship back, and now it's official. Now it's official for the double title match at WrestleMania Champion. So that one's going to be great.
I mean, who needs to win? That's the real question, though, right there. I'm
for me, I'm pulling for Brock just because I'm sick of Roman at this point.
Wow.
not in a bad way. It's like,
are you disrespecting your tribal chief now?
Fuck the tribal chief. First
Dude,
of all,
okay.
he's never been my tribal
I'm gonna
chief.
be honest with you.
Yeah.
Nah. There was a point in time where
Nah,
you
nah.
were
At one point before he started cheesing everybody,
no.
back when he was
There was a
fighting
point
one
in
on
time when
one.
you were like tribal chief, and I
Nah,
hated that man with a passion.
nah.
And then after what Seth did, I ain't
The
gonna
only
lie.
time I rooted for
No,
Roman was against Cena. That was the only
that was
time.
bullshit. I was actually going for Cena around that time.
I don't care, bro.
No, shut
Cena
up.
wasn't gonna win. Everybody knew Cena
Hey, we
wasn't
didn't
gonna
know
win.
that.
Yeah, we
We didn't
did.
know that.
Yeah, and look what happened. He said this isn't a part-time shtick. And look what
Oh, I
happened
got pissed
after
about that
after
shit.
SummerSlam. He
I
fucking
got
won.
mad. I got
I was
mad.
like, this ain't no part-time gimmick. I'm here part-time. I'm here back at the WWE. And look what happened after SummerSlam.
Damn,
He
bro, why you
left.
gonna hurt my feelings like
Now
that,
he's
dog?
doing Peacemaker.
Why you gonna hurt my feelings like that? You know what?
Now he's
You know, let's go back to the chamber, dog. This fight about Cena's hurting my corazon.
yeah.
All right. So like I was saying, like, okay, I mean, obviously, like I said, Roman, obviously after what Seth did to him, that reminded me of the Shield when he said like, "Oh, remember when I hit you with a steel chair and remember change everything forever?" That's when I became a fan of Roman. And then now I feel like Roman deserves more, honestly, compared to Brock. Brock's already had everything. Brock's already beat the streak.
And the
And
point is,
what? He's done more.
yeah, it's not enough.
It's not
It's
enough, dude.
not
He
enough.
destroyed Cena in a matter of like what, 20 minutes?
I was happy about that.
I hated that match for some reason, dog. I hated that match.
I was happy. I was rooting for Brock that match.
Brock has been like the biggest part-time champion we've had for the fattest minute.
Okay, and Ric Flair's like a 16-time world champion. You think he wouldn't be chasing more championships if he was still wrestling?
Okay, no, you're right.
Exactly. It's like there's nothing wrong with the wrestler trying to get as many titles as they can.
No, but he held the belt like hostage, bro. We would see him like every out of a year, 3 months out of the year. That's it. We would see him.
Yeah, but now he's here more than like not even like full time yet, but he's still there. It's
Yeah, I
like
know.
not like he's disappearing off again. So
No, I understand that.
ever
like,
since his comeback, like he's just been great.
okay, so if he wins a double gold dash and he's gonna leave with both titles, he won't come
Right.
back for like a couple months till maybe like SummerSlam to defend them both.
Mhm.
I feel Roman should win them, honestly.
I feel like Brock should win it just for the fact that if it helps us get rid of the Universal title
Oh
once
my
and
God,
for all, I'd
yes.
be okay. if they can unify the titles and finally get rid of the Universal and give us another championship belt, besides because the Universal is basically the same thing. Like make a new world
Just blue.
championship belt, or just bring an old one, like big gold, whatever. I feel like that would be a lot better with Brock winning it, getting rid of the Universal. Because if Roman wins, I feel like he wouldn't want to get rid of the Universal. He'd want to get rid of the world heavyweight title.
Bring back the spinner belt.
So
Bring back spinner belt, best title in the world. Isn't that right? I fuck it. I mean, if they could bring back any title, honestly, I would take the big gold. I don't know why they got rid of that one in the first place. I was like, obviously, I grew up with that title. Then I had the spinner belt, and then you got it. But I feel like, yeah, I mean, like, I ain't gonna lie. The first time they were like, they were hyping up the Universal title, I kind of got excited because I saw like supposedly leaks at the time what it was supposed to look like. But then obviously it was just like the same title. It was like
it was practically a cursed championship before
my
Roman
God.
got it, because everyone who had it got injured. It was bad rain. I mean, when Roman finally got it as the tribal chief, it actually meant something. I feel like because nothing was going bad. But I think it's time. Like he gave it the shine the Universal title needed. I think it's maybe just time to give it up and make a new championship. At least in my opinion, just to get rid of the Universal. But we'll have to see what happens with the winner of the double title match at Mania. So.
All right. I feel you. But again, tribal chief, all the way. All right. And what's it called? What's it called? And now, I mean, yeah. All right. And then for our second review, we would be doing Impact No Surrender. I'm unfortunately unfamiliar with this card, but MX is super familiar with this card more than I am. Do you want to read it off?
Yeah, I can do that. So first for the first match, I believe, which was pre-show, I think. What was it?
I think. Let me double check.
Yeah, let's see.
Gotcha.
All right, so these are the little recap. So this was the countdown and No Surrender. We don't have to go spend too much time on it, but it was Trey Miguel versus John SKYLER in a non-title competition. Obviously, it wasn't too bad of a match. It was like a good way to hype up the show. They did some pretty cool moves. Obviously, X Division, so they usually tend to hype up everything. Especially with it helps hype up the fatal four way number one contender match that would kick off the show. The next match on the pre-show was the TENILLE Dashwood, also known as Emma versus Havoc, and nothing too much. It was just one-sided for the most part, with Dashwood beating Havoc, but at the end of the day, Havoc ended up getting the win. And then obviously we go for the. So this is the main show finally, and this is the fatal four-way to determine the number one contender for the X Division title between Chris Bay, Ace Austin, Jake Something, and Mike Bailey. I think the only person you know is Ace Austin, right?
I kind of can. I mean, like we were kind of getting into it when the Good Brothers joined along, but then we ended up stopped watching it for a good minute. Oh, I did. I stopped watching it for a good minute because then I found some work. Yeah, but
Yeah,
other than that, like, yeah, that's all I know is like, what's it called? I don't know. It's like what's it called? Chris Bay and Ace Austin. That's about it.
right. And then it wasn't too bad of a match either. For what an X Division match is supposed to be, these guys killed it. I was hoping Chris Bay would pick up the win. So maybe Bullet Club, at least in the U.S. version, whatever Jay White's version of Bullet Club and Impact is, would get some heat with some title shots, but that didn't happen unfortunately, as Jake Something ended up winning the match and is the new number one contender. The third match after that was Jonah versus Black Taurus in a one-on-one, which is a crazy ass one. If you guys like big dudes fucking going at it, kind of like Ishii, kind of like never open weight fights, I would definitely recommend that because those guys were just killing each other, and I might just have to watch it again, if honestly, just to give it the view. After that, we had Eric Young versus Jay White, leader of the Bullet Club versus leader of Violent by Design. King Switch ended up winning, which hopefully ends the
That is his
feud.
new name now, King Switch.
His nickname,
I mean, okay. I mean,
yeah,
I
King.
wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if he goes by King Switch, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
so he's been doing good stuff, whether in New Japan, AEW, and Impact now. So hopefully, he ends up getting some gold since he's the real belt collector. And hopefully finishes up with Violent by Design. Um, but we'll have to see what leads next to JY. I'm hoping he gets a Impact World Title shot soon in the future.
I mean, he
Um,
is the last Ayatollah Rocket Roller, so my boy deserves it.
and then we did have the open challenge for Diana Peraza, where whichever accepted it could choose between the Ring of Honor title or the AAA Reina de Reinas title, to which Miranda Elise ended up accepting. And I believe it was for the Ring of Honor title. But she ended up losing by Diana Peraza as she hit the Shining Wizard and the armbar to get the dub. At this point, I have to give her props because she's been killing it with two companies.
Why don't we talk about how she
AAA.
won the belt? Why don't we talk about how she won the AAA belt?
AAA, I don't know about that, but the Ring of Honor, I feel like she did definitely do some work with it. Yeah, but she's been good as a athlete, like wrestler, and
And yo, keep in mind, bro, she was in NXT for a good
right,
minute, and that's the thing that I sometimes get really pissed about, like how they have really good talent, they just don't know how to capitalize on it.
right, and now she's like a double champion, triple champion if she ever goes for the um, knockouts title again against Mickey. But we'll have to see where where she goes now. Next match after that was the
Jesus
digital
Christ.
was for the digital media championship between Jordan Grace and Matt Cardona. With Matt Cardona being the champion, obviously.
He was the woman beater.
They have like a little show where they just kind of it's like an internet TV show, whatever. They just kind of defend the title on that. But last time Jordan Grace defended it, Matt Cardona won by a chair shot when the referee didn't see. Ended up beating her. So this is the rematch, and Cardona ended up winning, but via disqualification after Jordan Grace ended up hitting Cardona in the back with the chair. So I'm pretty sure their feud isn't over. I'm pretty sure they're not done, but we'll have to see now.
Oh my god, yes.
I would always feel like he's gonna bring back the internet championship. and just like,
He
we don't need
he
no
is a he
bitching.
is a former ECW television champion
Yeah, yes, he.
Replicas, bro.
And
You
then
gotta love him.
for real, and then this is the Impact Tag Team Championship match. The Good Brothers was the Gorilla of Destiny.
Oh my god, dude, Jesus.
Something I was looking forward to really well. Unfortunately, though, uh, God was not able to get the job done, and the Good Brothers ended up retaining the belts. Um,
Here's the real question, though. Here's the real question that I want.
so, uh, so this is the funny thing too. Um, so, oh my god, how do I explain this? So Tamatanga delivered a rolling DVD and a big splash to Carl Anderson. Chris Bay appeared and distracted to which you thought Bullet Club was going to be on GOD side, but turns out that Jay White and the rest of Bullet Club ended up turning their back on Tama and Tonga, with Jay White ended up hitting a Blade Runner on Tangaloa, and the Good Brothers ended up retaining. So,
Wow,
so
that's
White, so they asked, so at the end, once they basically retained, they asked Jay Bay who they were with, and they ended up doing the two sweet with Anderson and Gallows over God. So now
oh
this is
fuck.
so Jay White ended up fucking over God.
The
So
OGs.
right, I mean, but Carl and Gallows are OGs.
Okay, Tama is an OG. Tama is an
Yeah, it
OG.
is for sure he is, but
For sure. His brother, no, his brother came along afterwards.
afterwards.
I
But
mean,
now this is kind of interesting because Jay White ended up who I thought was going to stick with God forever, and turns out he ended up sticking with the Good Brothers. So now, what does this mean for AEW and New Japan even?
I
Because Jay White is the leader of Bullet Club, but what does this mean for the Gorillas of Destiny?
did they get kicked out? Are they out of the group? It's a
I don't
shitty
know.
ass way to kick them out.
Yeah,
They
if
couldn't
they
wait to Wrestle Kingdom and then do it.
now, yeah, it's like we don't know what this means.
I hope it's
Either
a double swerve.
we're gonna have to find out either through New Japan or through Impact to see how this story continues. But as of now, it looks like God's out of Bullet Club.
But the thing is, like,
So I don't know what's
that makes no sense because God has been like representing Bullet Club for like the fattest minute ever,
right.
and then to have like their leader who's super new, just be like, yeah, guys, psych.
Yeah, so I'm kind of interested, especially with you have the House of Torture, um, you have Desperado,
Mm-hmm.
Taiji Ishimori.
Mm.
It's like House of Evil. Those two. It's like,
Do you?
what do you do? Like, who are they siding with?
Can
For
I
sure,
feel?
they've always been with God, but are they gonna side with God, or are they going to side with Jay White since he's the leader?
Can I be honest with you? Like honest real question. Do you feel like Bullet Club might not exist anymore? Cause that's oh my god, like
If this is the end of Bullet, I don't know. I think we might need another firing squad.
I mean,
We might need another firing squad for this because
oh my god, like this cannot be the end, bro. Like this is like, I mean,
yeah. So we'll have to see, anyways, what happens with those, and if it happens the next pay per view, we'll let you guys know, or you guys will see it for yourself and then just watch it here on the review. And you can let us know your thoughts in the comments also, because I would love to hear feedback from you guys about this. For those of you that watch No Surrender. But anyways, after that we had the X Division, or not X Division, Knockouts World Championship on the line between Mickey James and Tasha Steelz. With Mickey James retaining the title. Nothing of a bad match. It was pretty good for what it was. I feel like the knockouts definitely, compared to WWE, are a little bit more solid with the wrestling. It's like I feel like I'm more entertained sometimes. Uh, but yeah, it was a great match. Not to diss anyone in the WWE, but I just felt more engaged with it. And then the main event for the Impact World Championship between W Morrissey versus Moose, and Moose ended up defeating Morrissey, which was an all-out war between these guys. They just ended up killing each other, and it took Moose 4 spears, bro, to put this man away. Um, where this leaves him, W Morrissey.
I mean, I honestly thought, aren't him and Molina like a little thing, a little group?
In the beginning, yeah, when he was, but in Impact, I don't think they're anything.
Was it in NWA?
Maybe it was NWA, but Indies in general, he was with Melina, right? In Impact, he's by himself.
I felt like I honestly feel like with Molina, it probably could have added more to the fact he's a colossal giant,
Right, yeah.
and then Molina can be that presence outside, like distracting. Obviously, like
Well, during the building of the story, he would just attack Moose. He just kept attacking him nonstop, going to his hotel room
Jesus.
while I was butt ass naked, beating the crap out of him. He put him through a table on the stage, like so. Morrissey was definitely putting in work on Moose. The fact that it took Moose 4 spears to bring him down, and yeah, it took
No
him 4 spears. It took him 4 spears to take him down. But where does this leave Morrissey? I'm hoping. I don't know. I mean, maybe the Digital Media Championship. You have.
Hey, Bruce
I mean, at
Pritchard,
this
bro,
point,
call up.
if Brian Cage could go for the X Division title, he might as well go
Or
for it too.
for all we know, Bruce Pritchard or John Laurinaitis might end up want to sign this man again.
Right. So yeah, we'll just have to see how where this goes because I'm hoping either I'm hoping that kind of Jay White moves up, but at the same time, I don't know. For the world title scenes, kind of always mix. So now we are going to move on to New Japan's New Year's Golden Series, I believe it is, which was I'm pretty sure was a great card. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch it, but I will definitely do that. But we will go over the results just to make sure that you guys know what happened in the show. So the let me see, we have the all right, perfect. So for the first match, it was a tag between Doki and Taka Michinoku from Suzuki Gun versus Kosei Fujita and Togi Makabe, which is Young Lion and Makabe, Makabe,
Yeah.
with Doki and Taka Michinoku getting the win. These tag matches don't really, I mean, add up unless storyline. This one definitely is though. With the next match, my boy Lord Taichi and Minoru Suzuki versus Ryohei Oiwa and Toriyanu. Taichi ended up getting the win with the King Cobra twist.
Oh wow, I bet he gave us a fucking concert afterwards, didn't he?
And
Huh?
definitely,
By saying us a song, he serenaded the
he,
whole crowd, didn't he?
he
Huh?
does
By lip
serenade.
singing. By lip singing. Yeah,
He
I
actually
love lip
sings.
singing too, dog.
He actually sings, but maybe if you watch the product, then
You know, I do watch. I even told you what time the man was lip singing.
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyways, we have the third match of the night, which is another tag between we have Bullet Club versus Chaos, Yo and Tomohiro Ishii versus Sho and Dick Togo. Yo ends up picking up the win for Team Chaos, beating Dick Togo, and then we finally start moving into the singles matches after that. So, uh, Tomoaki Homna, my boy, Homna Mania versus Great Okan, and Great Okan ended up beating a Homna with the Eliminator. Like I mean, kind of figures. Great Okan's pretty good. I feel like he keeps improving, so I feel like maybe he should try going for the Never Openweight title once. Well, we'll have to see. The next match is a five. Oh, it's a 8-man tag
Chaos.
between Chaos and then well, it's not really Chaos because Tenzan and Kojima, not even Chaos. It's just pretty much Team New Japan.
Okay, and then there's obviously
Okada, right? Versus
Team.
Lij. So
Yep.
Kazuchika Okada, Hiroyoshi Tenzan, Satoshi Kojima, and Yuji Nagata teaming up against Lij. Bushi, Hiromu, Shingo, and Naito are in the team. Shingo ends up picking the win against Yuji Nagata in the team and hits him with the Last of the Dragon.
And still didn't win Wrestler of the Year. Still didn't win Wrestler of the Year.
Still didn't win Wrestler of the fucking year.
It's not rigged, right? It's not rigged.
but we'll have to keep going because Naito's definitely gearing up. I think it's tonight also. So
Oh
Naito's
yeah.
definitely gearing up his first title match tonight against Kazuchika Okada. But as of the time of we're recording, he's getting ready for it. The sixth match was for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title. It was a four-way match between Phantasmo and Taiji Shimori, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Desperado from Suzuki Gun, Master Wado, Ryusuke Taguchi, my bad. And then the current champions, Tiger Mask and Robbie Eagles. So this would be their second defense, but they ended up dropping the titles to Taguchi and Master Wado, which is pretty shocking too. Normally I would root for Desperado and Kanemaru.
Did you expect this
I
outcome
didn't
though?
I didn't expect that. I felt like Master Wado.
Mm.
I think he just had a title shot against Desperado and couldn't pull through. But the fact that he managed to win the tag titles with Taguchi is pretty good. I mean, it's not the junior heavyweight, but tag title reign is still impressive as they are the 69th
That
69th
number, bro.
tag champions, and it would be fit for Taguchi. So
Yeah.
they did a good run. The next match was for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Titles between current champions Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto versus Yujiro Takahashi and Evil. Um, they ended up retaining the titles. Uh, Not surprising. I mean, if Evil did win, I think he'd be what, three-time champion
Yeah, because
with
he did
the
have the.
never six man, the
Mhm,
never open way, and then he'd have the tag titles.
mhm.
They are killer as a team though. I will give them that. Evil and Yujiro especially, he's been improving, especially with the G1.
Oh my god, that
That man
was
has been on a
that was an
tear. The
impressive G1, honestly.
G1 Tagly, like he's been on a roll. The fact they didn't get the win, but I feel if they keep going at it, eventually they will get the tag titles.
I don't want to talk about
And
this
and
match.
finally
I don't want to talk about this match, bro.
the main event for the night. Hiroshi Tanahashi, the IWGP US Heavyweight Champion, versus the challenger Sonata. Um, and we did get a new champion during the night. Hiroshi Tanahashi ended up losing to Sonata with the Japanese leg roll clutch. Um, Only in almost 30 minutes too. The match went 29 minutes 26 seconds, so almost just shy of 30 minutes.
Mm.
Um,
I mean, this is
I'm
this.
happy. I'm very happy for Sonata. This man's been through living hell to get this title, and I think it's his first championship.
This is his
Yeah,
first
his
singles
first
championship.
singles championship, and I'm very happy for him. Ever since he came to Lij, I felt like he was a special dude. The only thing I felt that held him back was his promo skills. He got a little bit better, obviously, during the years when he got more time to talk. Um, but people just consider him stale and plain.
Not just that, but
Which I don't. I get it. I get it.
he's
I
been a
mean,
part of a tag team for like a good
yeah,
amount of time before Evil,
especially
ended up
with
just leaving.
right before Evil, they were great tag team champions too. And he can make killer matches. I guess just the only thing that holds him back, like I said, is the promos, and he doesn't have enough charisma or something. He's missing something basically.
We can relate.
Hopefully this, hopefully this boosts him up finally as a solid main eventer. Finally, after beating Hiroshi Tanahashi, but
What does it mean for
it
Hiroshi
leaves
though?
this leaves a sour taste in my mouth too, because Tanahashi's one of my favorites in New Japan, and it kind of sucks because every time he wins a major championship, he always loses on the first defense.
We're just not gonna talk about the time he beat Kenny, and then
Yeah,
the following month fucking drops it to
right.
JY. It's great.
And then he also did win it the first time he got the United States title. Ended up dropping it again.
I don't remember who, but I know for a fact you are right though. Like Sugabayashi, what do you think, dog? What's this? Like this man was your ace for like the longest time ever.
Right. So I mean, Tanahashi did only sign a 1 year contract,
That also breaks my sound, bro. Like,
I don't know what's next for Tanahashi, but I'm hoping
you think he might
I can
leave?
get one more last run in the main event.
You think he might leave? Honestly, in your heart of hearts.
He wouldn't leave. I felt maybe he'd just retire. I don't think he would leave.
Okay. Hey, you never know. Vinny Mac or Tony Khan might offer him the contract, brother.
Yeah, so we'll have to see where New Japan's going to take this with Tanahashi, especially. But we also have the next show, which is tonight, basically, which we'll review. on Sunday, uh, just to kind of have these pay per views together so we can get them all in one. But other than that, that's it.
That's pretty much. I mean, honestly, like, I mean, obviously for Impact and also for NJPW, those are pay-per-views we're for sure gonna catch up on, and maybe later on give our full overall thoughts and concerns about how we think should have win or how or basically go over it eventually. But other than that, I mean, like, today was pretty good. I mean, Chamber was Chamber, and then
Yeah, Chamber is Chamber.
Chamber was Chamber, brother.
I
And
mean, it's like not every pay per view is going to be crazy, but like,
I know,
I mean, for a gimmick match, you'd figured you'd get a little bit more, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
yeah.
we can't expect these chambers anymore to be as crazy as they once were.
I mean, like, what do you think about the padding, honestly?
At this point, it doesn't matter. It's like
No, but I'm saying, like,
I
first
get it,
thoughts,
I get it.
like, yeah, obviously to keep the talent safe because back then,
Right?
talent used to take a bunch of back bumps. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm all for it. It's just at this point, I wouldn't advertise it to be one of the most devastating matches when you change everything up. So,
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's all it is. Honestly, it's like it's not really the most dangerous match type of all time. I mean, yeah, it's like spots can be brutal at certain times, but it's not like Hell in a Cell, you know.
Mhm.
Now it's all
Not even Hell in the Cell feels that special anymore, bro.
right.
Like,
But yeah, on that, you can let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. What you think about, what you thought about Chamber, No Surrender, or even if you watch New Japan, then by all means, give us your thoughts.
yeah,
And then,
just
other
leave
than
us a
that,
comment. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know if you guys like if this is your first time ever hearing of Impact or your first time you're even hearing about New Japan Pro Wrestling, honestly. And obviously, like this might just open a new avenue for them. Honestly, at the end of the day,
all right,
just like for me, when you talk to me about New Japan, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, just give us your thoughts, give your concerns, and leave a comment down for us. And that will be it for the review today, guys. And all you guys have a good one.